amnesia, still warns me coldly. Pack your things and move out of my house as soon as possible. My boyfriend is moving in any day now. He'll be jealous if he sees you here. I do not even look up. I just reply flatly. She has no doubt at all and keeps performing. And stop pretending to be my boyfriend. Damon will be hurt. I pause for a moment and obediently nod. I do not bother to explain. This time I am changing my name and going abroad to study. I will never feel a single ounce of attachment to her again. She loves to put on a show, so I will play along to the end. After all, she wants to get rid of me too. So let's never see each other again. By the time I finish the name change paperwork, the sky has grown dark. I hail a cab and pull out my phone to search for flights. The name change application has been submitted, but it still needs a month for review. So I book a ticket to Melbourne for the 1st of next month, and then reply to the study agency accepting the offer. That night, I sleep with this, a glory certain I will forgive everyone who contacted me, saying he was going abroad and would rent the place to me at the lowest price. At the time, I thought I had gotten lucky. Now I see it was just another play she staged. She was afraid I would actually leave, so she used this trick to keep me close. Looking back at the month I was deceived, I just find it laughable. I do not care what scene she wants to perform today. I turn and dump the last box into the trash. Serena, walking past, glances at it, sees what I have thrown away, and her face turns cold. Why are you throwing all this away? I glance at her, my tone flat. Aren't you supposed to have amnesia? Then how do you remember any of this? Only then does Serena realize she has slipped up. She quickly adjusts her expression and pretends not to care. I was just asking, how could I possibly remember? The past is the past and now is now. The only one I love now is Damon. After all, when I had the accident, he was the only one who took care of me. Accident? Even her amnesia is fake. What accident? I lift the corner of my mouth slightly and glance at the man holding her. His flirty eyes are full of smug pride, a new face I have never seen before. He must be the most satisfying bedmate Serena has had during this time, which is why she brings him home so openly. I do not want to waste any more words on her. I just give a small grunt and turn back into the house. Watching me walk away without looking back, Serena's eyelid twitches. She brought a man home. Shouldn't I be making a jealous scene? Why am I so calm? Serena senses something is off, but she does not chase after me to explain. She just watches as I disappear behind the door. The doorbell suddenly rings. I put down the bag in my hand and get up to answer. It is the man Serena just brought home. He raises his hand and waves. The smile on his face does not reach his eyes. Hi, I'm Damon. I'll be staying at my girlfriend's place for a while. Since we're neighbors now, mind if we exchange contacts? No need. I refuse without a second thought and turn to leave. Damon snatches the phone from my hand, quickly opens the app, and adds himself as a contact. Seeing my face darken, he hands the phone back with a grin, his tone playful. Let's just be friends. We'll be seeing a lot of each other. Oh, by the way, do you have any raincoats at home? The ones I bought today are all used up. Mind lending me a few? A flash of paleness crosses my face. The hand taking back the phone trembles slightly. No, Damon refuses to let it go. The mockery in his eyes is undisguised. Right, I asked the wrong person. Serena doesn't want you anymore. How could you have any? I know he is deliberately provoking me. Not wanting to deal with him, I grab the door to close it. Damon grips the handle, takes the chance to drop to the ground. Watching Damon suddenly pull this stunt, my heart. He is my boyfriend now. Please show her as their figures disappear into the dusk. Then, with no expression, I lift my hand and slam the door shut with a loud bang. In the early morning hours, the phone on my nightstand starts to vibrate. Half awake, I instinctively press the answer button. The next second, the screen shows shaky footage of obscene images. I am wide awake now. Realizing what the person on the other end is doing, my whole body freezes like a statue. Finally, I can no longer bear it and press the end call button. My once sleepy eyes are now bloodshot. For the next few days, I shut myself indoors until the day of my good friend Marcus's wedding. Only then do I pull myself together and go out. At the hotel, before the ceremony begins, I hand him the gift I had prepared. After exchanging some pleasantries, he grabs my hand. I sent Serena an invitation. She agreed to come. Go pick her up later and try to talk to her. Maybe she'll remember the proposal and her memory will come back. I stay silent for a moment, then shake my head. Watching the smile fade from my face, Marcus's eyes flash with concern. What's wrong? Don't want to hold on anymore? I am about to answer when I see Serena arrive at the door with Dane. Marcus does not understand what I mean. Just as he is about to press me, the best man comes over. The ceremony is about to start. After much persuading, I finally get him onto the stage. Listening to the wedding march echo through the hall, I take a deep breath and return to my seat. The guests are already seated. Only the seat next to Serena is empty. Even when he feeds her dessert he has already bitten into. She views her kindness. I pick up a dumpling. Serena, seeing this, reaches over and takes the dumpling away. Are you trying to die? This one has seafood filling. You're allergic. You can't eat it. Watching the dumpling roll across the floor, I lift my head and stare at her deeply. Only then does Serena realize her slip. With an awkward expression, she tries to explain. Our housekeeper never buys seafood. I've told her about your allergy many times. After saying this, she dares not look at me again. She turns away and picks up some shrimp. Damon leans close and whispers something in her ear. Serena puts down what is in her hand.
So apparently, this filter knows how old you look just based off your face. Alright, how old do I look?
I tracks and hold my breath. After a few minutes of silence, a soft male voice comes from the innermost stall. Why so tight? Coming to a wedding dressed like this? You don't like it? After a muffled groan, a soft laugh follows. Of course I like it. I lift my head, stare at the sign above me, and dig my fingernail deep into my palm. The hallway echoes with constant footsteps, and the restroom falls quiet again. I take one last glance at the closed stall, then turn and leave. After the wedding ends, I say goodbye to Marcus and head downstairs. The moment I step out of the elevator, I see that very familiar sports car parked by the road. I pretend not to thinking, but Damon ignores me, shoves me into the passenger seat, locks the doors and steps on the gas. He drives fast. I can only fasten my seatbelt. Along the way, Damon uses small talk as an excuse to brag, both openly and business. I want to stand. I turn to look out the window, crashing the car. The violent impact throws me forward uncontrollably. The moment I open my eyes, shards of glass fly toward my face. I instinctively raise my arms to shield myself. Crimson blood drips down my arm. I slam into the side door. A sharp pain shoots through my head. Everything goes black. I lose consciousness. I do not know how much time has passed when noisy voices ring near my ears. Both patients need immediate hand surgery, but only one surgeon is available right now. The one who doesn't get treated in time may end up with permanent disability. Miss Serena, who do you want us to save? Hearing this, I bring my voice. As I open my awareness, the anesthesia must still be working. I cannot open my eyes yet. I can only hear sounds around me. Two people are talking. The voices are very familiar. Serena, you've made things so big. How are you going to clean this up later? Ethan's hands matter more to him than his own life, but you saved Damon first. Are you trying to kill him? How could I possibly want to kill Ethan? He just happened to wake up. If I had agreed to save him first, the fake amnesia would have been exposed. There are still about 20 days left. I just want to play a little longer. I won't let anything happen to him. Nothing happened. Didn't you hear the doctor? One more minute and Ethan's hand would be ruined for good. If he wakes up and finds out the truth, you and he are over for good. The person holding my hand seems to grow nervous at this. Her palm starts to sweat. A few minutes later, after a long sigh, one person leaves the room. The other stays by my bedside whispering, Ethan, our wedding is coming soon. I've already ordered the rings. The day I recover my memory, you'll see them. After we get our marriage certificate, I'll take you to see the Northern Lights. All right? Do you remember the wish you made on the shooting? Fiancée Serena, powered on me, retreats like the tide. Watching her slip out of the room, a flash of irony crosses my eyes. I pick up my phone and check the time. Only then do I learn I have been unconscious for 3 days. The only messages in my inbox are still ads and bill notifications. I close my eyes and silently pray that the name change paperwork will be finalized soon. For a long time after that, Serena does not appear. But Damon sends me dozens of messages every day, full of taunts and photos flaunting their relationship. I do not open a single one. I set the chat to mute. A few days later, I check out of the hospital. Just as I reach the hospital entrance, I run into a college senior who once pursued me back in school. We exchange a few pleasantries. I'm enjoying the conversation when Serena appears out of nowhere and yanks to is none of your business abroad and find the total is quite large. A former client refers a big job to me. With nothing else to do, I take it. Only when I arrive at the venue do I realize it is a birthday party. When I see Serena arrive arm in arm with Damon, I freeze. A bit. When I go up on stage later, zoom in, following his face filled with mockeries from squatting and push myself. I lift the camera and aim it at the two of them. I press the shutter. Damon's waist and looks at me nervously, but I show no reaction. I keep my head down and flip through the photos in the camera, as if I do not care at all about what just happened. This party lasts 4 hours and finally comes to an end. I put the camera back in my bag, take out a tissue, and wipe off the cake Damon accidentally spilled on my clothes. Footsteps suddenly echo. I hesitate for a moment, then nod and agree. Damon takes film everything. Their bodies entwined. Wild. Time slows to a dawn. Streets are empty. I wander aimlessly, alone. I do not know how long I walk. I lift my bruised eyes only to realize I have somehow returned to my high school. Buried memories rush in. The track where Serena dragged me through the 1,000-meter run, the small hall she filled with roses for my birthday, the flagpole where she confessed to me in front of the whole school. Everything is exactly as it was, but I, standing within it, feel nothing like I once did. I walk to the academic building and run into Principal Hartley, who is just arriving for work. Because of Serena's grand pursuit of me back in school, almost every teacher recognizes me. Principal Hartley smiles and greets me. Ethan, what brings you back to school all of a sudden? Where's Serena? I heard you two got engaged a while back. Are you here to deliver invitations? I force a small smile and change the subject. It's been so long since I came back. I was just passing by and wanted to see the teachers. We walk and talk, recalling many old memories. It is moving for both of us. Before we part, Principal Hartley seems to remember something. He pulls a yellow diary from his office cabinet and hands it over. This was confiscated from Serena during a study hall years ago when I was checking for discipline. Since the wedding is coming up, I'll return it to you. I freeze for a moment. The car stops at the villa, notices that I seem to have been crying. She frowns and is about to find a subtle way to ask, when Damon... Serena's eyebrows twitch sharply. Satisfied with what? The birthday photos from earlier in the evening, of course. What else could it be? The later ones. Watching his loose lips, Serena's heart skips a beat. She quickly covers his mouth. I ignore them both. I turn and walk toward the house. Passing the trash can, I casually toss the diary in. Those years of youth filled with love and sincerity are now buried for good. Before leaving, I message the landlord and tell him I will not renew the lease. He keeps pressing for the reason. I make up a casual excuse. He says he can give me a few extra days and let me stay until the middle of next month. I know Serena is behind this. She wants me to stay a couple more. Situation. Your fiancée booked our main hall earlier and said she wanted to hold a wedding banquet here the day after tomorrow. But we haven't been able to reach her recently, and there are some details we need to confirm. Could you come over to discuss them and take a cab over? Moment I am in. The manager who came in with me is about to start explaining when he receives a phone call and steps away. I walk up to the second floor alone, look down, and cannot help but remember the scene of Serena. and vowing to love me forever. Back then, I was full of expectations for our married life. For him, he gasped, pretend the scene triggers something and naturally recover my memory. I brought you here today for a rehearsal. You'll play Ethan. Let's see if there's already evening. I look up and see Serena waiting at the door. She seems to have been waiting for me. Seeing me, her eyes flicker uncertainly, her voice hesitant. Where have you been? I open the door with my key, my tone calm. Did you need something? Serena tucks her hands into her pockets and pretends nothing is wrong. Nothing. The forecast just said there'll be a heavy storm tomorrow, so don't go out if you don't have to. She's clearly afraid of not finding me tomorrow, and she came up with such a clumsy excuse. She heads straight upstairs. After fooling around all afternoon, her clothes are wrinkled. She needs to clean up. Before stepping into the bathroom, she calls her friends and gives them a few instructions. The girls on the other end giggle in unison. Serena, don't worry. Ethan agreed this morning to come. We're already on our way to pick him up. Yeah, you should focus on how you're going to perform later. It won't be easy. She has been performing for 2 months. Positions of, so I had him come in to confirm them. Fiancé? At those words, the expression on Serena's face freezes instantly. She stares hard at the man in front of her, her voice laced with anger. Who told you to contact him? This was supposed to be his surprise. Didn't you know that? The manager is so frightened, he can barely speak. I couldn't reach you, so I had him come over to help. You didn't say it was meant to be a secret. By the collar, her bloodshot speeds home, and the moment she steps out of the car, she sees luggage piled at the door. Damon is directing servants to move things. Seeing her return, he immediately presses up against her. Why are you back? Couldn't bear to leave me, could you? Give me a kiss, and I'll stay. Looking at that handsome face just inches from hers, Serena can no longer hold back. She raises her hand and slaps him with all her strength. With a sharp crack, Damon is knocked to the ground. His pale cheek turns crimson and swells. He looks up in disbelief. Serena, why did you? Serena is too furious to speak. She throws the phone at him, her eyes glinting with cold fury. The moment Damon picks up the phone and sees the screen, every hair on his body stands on end. He cannot help but shiver. In an instant, 1,000 thoughts race through his mind. He scrambles to explain. Serena, I can explain. Actually, Ethan added me first. He already knew about your fake amnesia. I just loved you too much, which is why I made this mistake. For Serena right now, these words are nothing but fuel on the fire. She loses control of her emotions, orders her bodyguards to drag him up, and seizes his throat with a death grip. The crushing suffocation makes Damon struggle desperately. His face turns from red to purple. Just as he believes he is about to be choked to death, her friends arrive late and see this. Hearing this, Serena, he crawls to Serena's side and grabs her legs, his voice full of pleading. Take me out to explore the city, introduce me to nearby restaurants and local attractions. After a few days together, my photography skills win recognition from my new friends, and I even join the local photography community. On my 10th day in Melbourne, I complete my first photography job. I look at the $300 freshly deposited in my account and feel content. The next morning, my new roommate Leo arrives too. We quickly become close friends. Days pass. School is about to start. The day before classes begin, I cook a full meal myself and invite the friends I have made over for dinner. After a month together, everyone has grown much closer. After a few drinks, we huddle together and start gossiping. I do not know who started it, but everyone begins ranting about their exes. Leo laughs and casually asks, everyone's had their turn. Ethan, do you have any secrets to share with us? The smile on my face freezes. When the others were sharing, a few mentioned their exes cheating on them. I treated it like a joke when listening. But when the topic actually turns to me, I find it hard to say the words. After all this time, thinking of the name Serena, I no longer feel any sadness. But in front of a group of guys 2 or 3 years younger than me, fresh out of school and naive about the world, I do not know how to speak. After all, 10 years together, a 7-year relationship, just a month or two, only daughter of the Sterling family, the future of Sterling Group rests on your shoulders. Drowning in romance day after day, what does that look like? Let me tell you one last time. I've already chosen your new groom. You will attend the wedding 5 days from now. If you keep being this immature, then don't call yourself a Sterling anymore. With that, Mrs. Sterling does not even glance at her. She storms out, slamming the door. The room falls dead silent. Watching her friends not even daring to breathe, Serena props herself up, her voice hoarse and weary. Who did my mother pick? Sebastian, the 3rd son of the Hayes family. Serena lets out a cold snort, her eyes turning icy. Go tell him. No one decides my marriage but me. If he's smart, he'll call off the engagement himself. Otherwise, don't blame me. We'd have to ask Madame Vera. They are about to make the call when Serena, with no outlet for her anger, stops them and decides to go herself. She enters her private booth, sits down, and Madame Vera walks in with the man in tow. Her face is full of obsequious smiles as she looks at Serena. Miss Serena, I've brought the man you asked for. Take a look. She shoves the cowering man behind her forward. Damon is now skin and bones. He opens the website out of the mud. Just keep looking forward, looking at his steady eyes, the anxiety in my